All right, this is Richie from PEOWW.co.uk, and I'm here with Ready Up's Kirsten, and we're at Insert Coin 2009, and my voice isn't working very well. Anyway, so tell me about your experience of Insert Coin 09 so far.
Well, I haven't been here for that long. I sort of slept in this morning, watched the Rock Hudson film, but once I got here, it was fantastic. I was sort of shocked by how busy it was, how many machines they had set up. I hadn't realised it was going to be quite as big as it is, so I was quite impressed. Quite impressive to walk into the room, and the variety of machines is really good as well. You know, it's not just sort of a few fighters. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on.
Absolutely. There. I mean, yeah, loads of Japanese weird shoot 'em up stuff and lots of old classics. Are you here mainly for site business, or are you looking to get onto a lot of those machines later on, have a few games?
Well, we're primarily here because we're running Ready Up's Cosplay Clash. So we're running the cosplay competition here at Insert Coin, and we've had our first round, our first heat has been and gone, and we had a few really good entrants, really good costumes, all handmade. We didn't allow anyone in the competition who bought their costume.
Oh,
so
right.
yeah, they really worked hard on it. So we're into our second round, and we've got some big prize money to give away as well, which apparently in the cosplay world is quite unusual. That people don't generally give away wads of cash for these things. It's usually a sort of token thing. So
cool.
Yeah, we're making a name for ourselves in the cosplay world.
Pushing it forward. The Silent Hill girls, they're terrifying. Are they allowed into the competition?
No, unfortunately they're not homemade costumes, but they are fantastically frightening. We've been taking some pictures with them and things, and they're really keeping up, aren't they? They're really keeping up the act all day.
Strictly in character.
One of the funniest things I've seen is cosplayers playing on the arcade machines is just completely strange. As soon as I arrived, I seen the stormtroopers on their
light gun games.
Just excellent, just looks fantastic.
That's pretty good. Were you not tempted to give it some cosplay action yourself?
Do you know, I think it's just that I'm heart lazy. That's the main problem, is I'm incredibly lazy.
That's why we like you, actually.
Yeah. super lazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't be bothered. And also, absolutely no crafting skills whatsoever. Zero crafting skills.
I've come as Zangief from Street Fighter 2, as you can tell by my impressive build. Do you reckon I'd get quite far in the competition?
I don't think you would, to be honest. We've had some really high quality entries.
Oh, this interview's over. No.
I know, sorry.
Okay, talking about your site then. Primarily, the thing that comes across is obviously, and I don't want to make the difference or whatever, but there's a lot of girl gamers on there. Is that part of your main market, or are you open to everyone, or how's that work?
I think originally there certainly was no remit of having a lot of girls on staff. It honestly worked out that way. Right at the start, I knew a lot of girl gamers, and we looked for very articulate gamers, not necessarily people who were already writers, but people who were very passionate about gaming. And we also wanted people who came from very different worlds. So there's elements of gaming that I have little to no interest in. That doesn't mean that I don't want them to be a part of the site, those areas.
Yeah, definitely,
you know? So I personally don't really do competitive gaming. I'm not really into it. And in some ways I think, it can be a bit elitist, it's not very inclusive. But we've had professional gamers write for the site, and that's great because they're telling us about an aspect of the gaming world that I don't know anything about.
That we're frankly too lazy to get that good enough at.
But so there was loads of girls when we started, and as things have gone on, we seem to have managed to maintain a balance between female and male staff writers and female and male forumers. A lot of our readers are girls, because I think one generates the other. So if you've got a lot of female staff, then a lot of females will come to read about it. So yeah, I mean, it just seems to have worked out that way, and I think that with a few quite vocal girls helping to run the show at Ready Up, that's probably a very positive thing, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, on a personal note, I'm actually, without actually knowing what she looks like or anything, I'm completely in love with Lorna because she is phenomenal. Can we have her?
No, you absolutely cannot have her. Not only does she belong to me, but I actually keep her in a box under my bed, and I only let her out very, very occasionally.
See, we got talking about Bully, which is obviously one of Rockstar's better games than GTA 4, obviously. And she mentioned that it reminded her.
I made a game last night with some pen and paper, and it was better than GTA.
Congratulations! Yeah, not that it wouldn't be that difficult. No, but she mentioned school days on the Spectrum, and so instantly qualified to work for PEOWW. So no, we do want her. You got any of that kind of 8-bit gaming experience?
I have to admit, when I was young, I did have I had an Amstrad, and I did love the games that I had, but I never got to finish any of them because I'd go to school, and when I came back, my mum had finished them all because she was a sort of rabid gamer. So my real time when I became passionate about games was actually with the PlayStation 1. That's when the balance tipped from I'm quite interested in that to this is now my whole life.
Yeah,
that was when that happened for me.
That's fair enough.
You know,
yeah.
I wasn't even particularly ninty. I didn't really, you know, I mean, I played Nintendo games, but not that many of them. I was definitely not an early adopter, really. No.
Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, the PlayStation had such a great variety of games, and you mentioning Nintendo there. Obviously, the Wii now is, you know, it's selling so many consoles for Nintendo. But do you find that it's maybe, you know, are you interested in that market, the kind of the non-gamer games? Do you think they can really sell games to people who don't really care about them? So, you know, all this stuff where they don't have to really have a joypad in their hand. Are you into that sort of stuff?
Well, they're making money hand over fist, so they're doing something right. I think, again, it's a bit like what I was saying about not having an interest in certain elements of gaming, but I still like to represent it. You know, I personally am not particularly into the Wii, although I did buy that EA, what's it called? EA...
The sports thing?
Yeah, I bought that trainer thing the other day, and a Wii board. Haven't opened it. It's been sitting there for 2 weeks.
Oh, no, that's a shame. I was going to ask you if you would recommend it to PEOWW, which is officially UK's fattest site.
I haven't tried it. It's still sitting in the box.